Yes, I got beaten up at 16 and it was by security guards at a beach, and I'm gonna explain the whole story behind it, and I'm hoping that you can actually get some value from it and tell you how to avoid it. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Alex, I'm 18 years old and I'm on a mission to become financially free, and with this YouTube channel my sole goal is to help young men on self-improvement achieve success in life and business by sharing my stories and lessons that I've learned from my journey. So let's begin. So how did I end up in this situation at 16? Well, first of all, I was 16 and I wanted to fuck, and I was a degenerate. Let's start with that. I went on a trip with my boys to Sunny Beach. If you don't know what Sunny Beach is, it's a place that most people in Bulgaria, actually from other parts of the world as well, but they travel to Sunny Beach because this is the place to have fun. So with my boys, we were actually gonna do a plan. We're gonna get drunk at the beach and then we were just gonna go to some clubs to experience life as a degenerate. But the guys that I was actually with, they met some girls beforehand. They have already been to Sunny Beach and they already met some girls there. So actually for the first 5 hours, it was just us, the boys, traveling to Sunny Beach. It was actually pretty fun. I'm gonna be honest, it was degenerate, but it was really fun. And we got drunk in the bus that was driving us to Sunny Beach. As I said, it was pretty fun, but it was degenerate as well. And after we get off the bus, we wanted to eat something because we were just drinking alcohol and maybe we had a sandwich in the bag with us. It was quite a fun situation to be in, to be honest. So I remember that we got on the beach, we were drinking constantly. I think we had 4 or 5 bottles of alcohol and we actually bought some there as well. And we met some Ukrainian guys that were drinking as well. I mean, it was fun. And I think we went in a hotel to dress up. So we met up with those girls, and actually one of them, I'm not gonna lie, she was pretty attractive. And we kind of got some, I don't even know what to call it, but we chatted a little bit. And after that, we left those girls and we went straight to the club to drink more. Mind you, we were all 16, but I think we paid like 20 bucks or 10 bucks more to the security guard to let us in. So it was pretty fucked up, but I mean, we got in. This is the footage. I was chatting with this girl that we met beforehand at the beach, and I was just horny. I wanted to have sex, to be honest. And I remember that we got to the club, and after that, it was like 5-6 a.m. and actually while I was in the club, we made some kind of arrangement to meet up with this girl as well. And I remember that 2 of my boys wanted to just go back home, and it was like, okay, so my camera just died. So the other 2 boys actually in the morning wanted to go back home, and I had an arrangement with this girl to meet up. And what happened is that actually one of the boys stayed with me and the other 2 boys left. So I think maybe for 5 to 6 hours in the morning with this other guy, we were just going around Sunny Beach, kind of hungover, and we slept on the beach as well. It was pretty nasty. I remember that we woke up and we were like dehydrated as fuck. And what happened is that 4 hours later, after we slept on the beach, we met up with those girls and we actually stayed together for maybe 5 hours. And this time I was just hooking up with this girl, but not hooking up in the actual way. But after we spent maybe 3 hours, I was with this girl and I decided that I'm gonna come back later again. 3 days after our trip with the boys, I got, and I don't remember how much time passed, but I think maybe 4 or 5 days later after with this guy we came back from the trip, I decided to go back again by myself. Actually, one of the guys was also going to go there, but for another reason, and I actually had a buddy to stay with in the train and in the bus. And after I got there, maybe after 3-4 hours of traveling, this girl didn't show up at the exact time that we were meant to see at the bus station, and I had to go and walk around maybe for 2 or 3 hours before we met. I was quite pissed, but I wanted to fuck. I'm gonna repeat it again. This was my main drive. And I actually met up with this girl and her 2 friends. They were there as well. We're actually the whole day maybe I spent with this girl that I wanted to be with and the other 2 girls, and I didn't even like meet up with this girl one-on-one. It was like a friend meetup with her girls as well and other boys as well. So I didn't actually expect it to be that way. I just wanted to go there, do my business and go back, but that didn't happen. I think it got nighttime and we were already the same group, so the girl I was with, but the girl that I was trying to hook up with, 2 more girls and 2 other guys. When it got to maybe 10 p.m., me and my girl decided to go back to the hotel that we were staying in, both of us. So we decided to go back. I think when we were going back, we had a couple of drinks and we ate something on the way. And after we got to the hotel, finally, I do my business, and on the next morning when I woke up, I decided to go and get some breakfast for both of us. I bought some stuff from the local grocery shop. I remember it was like 1 kilometer walk when I go out of the motel or hotel, I'm not even sure. It was just an apartment. It was just a 1 bedroom, to be honest, with a balcony. And after that, we had to go out of the hotel because it was only for 1 night and we had to leave maybe around 12 p.m. and it was already late. I mean, we woke up pretty late. We were staying all the way until maybe 5 to 6 a.m. So we had to wake up and get out of the hotel as fast as possible because actually the guy that owned the hotel went to knock on our door to go out. So whatever, we go out, and so the day was already planned. So me and this girl were gonna go to the beach and just stay there for maybe 4 hours, and after that she had to go to her mother. I'm not sure why. And after we go to the beach, we had a little bit more fun there as well. And after that, maybe 1 hour, I went to do a workout because she was gone for like an hour or 2. And after that, I met up with this girl again, and this time we're gonna go with the 2 other girls to hang out again. And the other 2 guys that those girls knew were coming as well. So it was me, 2 other guys that I only knew for maybe 5 hours, and 2 other girls that were actually friends of my girl. And I don't remember how the time passed, but I think we were staying on the beach again. Before we actually got to the beach, I remember that we were getting alcohol again. I mean, the whole trip was associated with sex, alcohol, and problems. While we were going to the shop, I remember that one guy, random guy, not that I know him, actually 2 random guys, my girl was a little bit in front of me, maybe 3 meters, and our whole group was a little bit behind. And I saw 2 guys in front of me. They were trying to go behind my girl and do weird shit, literally. Maybe try to grab her ass, I don't really remember, but it was like weird shit like that. Sunny Beach is a shithole, but that's a story for another day. Actually, it's not, it is. It's a shithole, don't go there. And I pushed those guys. I mean, I literally pushed him behind, and I started yelling at him, and he didn't do anything. They just went away. But yeah, it was the first start to the night, and it was not good. I remember that I actually had a boy back in home that I actually texted at one point, and I told him I'm not having a good feeling about this night. I'm not sure why. I remember that my homie told me to be safe, don't do stupid shit. And I don't know why. It was literally like intuition, but I knew something was about to go wrong. I'm not sure what I was exactly thinking, but yes, I was actually right. After this whole situation with the 2 guys trying to grab my girl's ass in front of me, we went to the beach after we already drank some alcohol, and my girl actually got drunk. I mean, not totally drunk, but she was pretty drunk, and she was acting very strange for a public place. I mean, she started grabbing my pants and pulling them down in front of the other guys, and I was like, no. So yeah, she was pretty drunk, but I was drunk as well, but not that much, but I did drink. And my girl was starting to get very drunk, and she got out of her chair. So on the beach there is like chairs to sit in, and she got out of her chair, and there was another group near us. I think they were Ukrainians, and there was like shit going on. One of the girls from the other group got punched in the face by another guy from their group. So the girl I was with and the two other girls started causing problems to us because they went there and trying to argue with the guys what happened and whatever. So it was starting to get pretty rough, and nothing happened, by the way, with this situation with the other group. But after that, I saw that two security guards went to this other group to talk to them to get them out of the beach. So this is where the fun part begins. So my girl, with her drunk ass mind, decided to go and argue with the security guards. To this point, I don't even know what happened exactly, but I think she just got there to argue with them for some reason. I think she was just being drunk. She went up to those security guards. She walked up to them, maybe 20 meters away from our whole group, and the other girl that was in our group went to her to talk to her to get her back, I think. And this other girl came back to our group and told me, Alex, you need to go get her. And I'm like, what? And you need to go get her. And I was like, okay, I mean, what happened? And she told me that my girl was very drunk, and I don't remember, but this girl told me to go get her. And I just stood up from my chair, went maybe 20 meters away on the sand to just grab my girl and to go back with her to our group. But the security guard that my girl was speaking with started acting a little bit strange. So I go up. I want you to imagine this. So let's say this is the security guard and this is my girl. So they were there, they were arguing, I'm not sure. Okay, whatever. And I'm here. I woke up from my chair. I go up there. This is my girl. I grab my girl by the hand and say, let's go. And I go backwards. And I turn back and I walk off with my girl. I mean, I can't get my okay, whatever. So this is the security guard. I'm here with my girl and I'm walking off back. I just grabbed her hand and I walked back with her. And around 5 meters, this guy yells at me, "Yo, bro, are you alpha?" Or something like that. Yeah, I think he was yelling, "Yo, bro, do you think you're an alpha?" Something like that. So I turn back. Here I'm with my girl and I'm looking at him like, what? And he's like, "Are you an alpha, bro?" He's talking like that. And I don't even know what to say. I mean, I was guessing that he's just being drunk as well, and he was yelling random stuff. "Are you an alpha, bro?" Because I went to get my girl back, and he started coming closer, and I didn't do anything. I mean, I just stood there, and I was like watching him like, huh? I was pretty confused what happened, but as he went here to me, he went up to my face and said, "Oh, so you think you're an alpha, huh?" And he grabbed my neck, so he put me in a somehow chokehold. I was like, "Bro, what are you doing?" Or something like that with my nervous voice. And he didn't really say anything. He was just holding me like that and saying, "Are you an alpha, bro? Are you an alpha?" I don't know what this guy was talking about, but he wasn't really squeezing that hard. But for 3 seconds, he started squeezing hard, and I'm not sure if he tried to choke me out, but I was like this and pushed him off from my head, and I see that his body, so he's here, maybe 1 meter away, his body is like there, 1 meter away as well. When I push him off, I see that both of the guys start running, I mean, not running, but charging towards me, like that. And I'm like, oh shit. I literally stay there and I see this guy start charging towards me, and I see this guy charging towards me as well. So 2 guys, and I'm like, oh shit. Literally. And at this point, maybe you know what happened. So I actually tried to run away. It didn't work because when I pushed him and I saw that he charged at me, and his other guy as well, I tried to turn back and start running the other direction, but as I was turning away from them, so one of them grabs my shirt, pulls me backwards, or rips my shirt off, but I didn't manage to take it off me fast, and he starts punching me in the back. So after they punch me in the back, I think 1, 2 times, 3 times in the back, 1 in the head, I think I fall off. I think I fell on the ground, not because of the punches, but I think my legs tripped in one of the other guys' legs, and I fell down on the ground very bad. One of the guys started kicking me in the head while I was on the ground, and this is why actually my eye was pretty bad. It was swollen. I actually popped something in my eye, and this is why I had internal bleeding. And I remember I was on the ground and I tried to cover myself and my head, but I didn't manage to do it very well. So I put my hands like, I actually can't do it because of the headphones, but I put my hands up, but he still managed to, actually it was this eye, he still managed to kick my eye maybe here, exactly here, maybe 4 or 5 times hard. And that's why my eye was actually pretty bad. It was swollen, it had internal bleeding as well. So yeah, and there were not actually 2 guards only. There were like 15 security guards on the beach. Those 2 were just kind of on the side. After maybe 20 seconds of me being on the ground, the other security guards came and broke off the fight. And I remember that I was just dripping blood from my face and my nose, and I don't remember exactly what happened, to be honest. After that, I remember that one of the guy in my group, we went with him to the nearby store to go get some ice to put on my eye because it was pretty bad. I actually have photos while I'm in this store, and you can see what my eye looks like. It was actually just after the fight, but when I got home it was much worse. So yeah, in my opinion, the whole situation was entirely my fucking fault. And of course, some might say, yeah, but this girl was being dumb, or this other guy was, by the way, I think they were taking drugs, the security guards. But yeah, some might say the security guard is guilty. He should actually, I tried to contact the police after I go back home, because we actually knew one guy that's a police officer. But while I was on the scenery, I didn't call the police. None of us actually called the police, and this was actually a very bad mistake, because this guy, maybe he wouldn't be in prison, but at least he could have gotten something. But none of us called the police. And by the way, after that we just went on with my day, and we were trying to go back to one hotel, because I actually couldn't go back home because none of the trains or buses were working at night, because it was like 1 a.m. when this happened, and I actually had to wait an entire night to go back home. I actually slept in the home of one of the guys that was in our group, so I had at least somewhere to sleep. But yeah, it was pretty bad at the morning. I mean, I had to wear sunglasses after that and whatever. So from the whole situation, what are the key points for me to touch on that will actually help you if you happen to be in the same situation as me? First, don't be in the same situation as I was. Don't go on the fucking beach, in Sunny Beach specifically, with the general people at night, drunk, with drunk people around you, with people on drugs around you. Don't be there. Avoid degeneracy. So if I was not drunk, if I was at least able to fight back, I mean, actually, if I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't fight back. I would try to run away again, because there were like 15 security guards with this guy. Good luck trying to fight them off. So just don't be there, my man. Just don't be there. Don't go there on the beach getting drunk. If you see your girl causing problems, just don't deal with it. Because if it's actually your girl and she's in a problem, of course, try to solve it. But to be honest, if it's a hookup and your girl is just screaming at other groups, because as I said, this was not the first time that this girl was causing problems, just leave them alone. I mean, in this case, I don't really know what I was gonna do, because I had to go back to my home the other day. But yeah, just don't be there. That's actually my main point. I'm not gonna tell you anything. And of course, be prepared to fight, because actually, do you know what hurt the most? It was my ego, because my ego was fucking shattered. To this day, I mean, I was in more altercations in my school. I mean, it was just small fights that I had with a guy in my class, but it was not like some crazy stuff. But be prepared to fight back if you need to, because at this point, at 16, I didn't even know how to throw a proper punch. I haven't trained martial arts at all. I haven't been to a boxing gym at all. So go learn how to fight, because you're gonna need it even if you think you wouldn't need it. There comes a time where you're gonna have to fight back, or you're gonna have to try to run away. But as you saw from my story, I didn't run away because I couldn't. I tried. I didn't run away. I didn't manage to. And my ego was just shattered, man. I was like on the ground. Those guys were punching me. If there was no one else, I probably would have been, the situation probably would have ended much worse. But at least it got broken off quite fast. So what I'm gonna leave you with is, don't go in places that are not conducive to you being safe, because in environments that you're taking drugs, I mean, I was not taking drugs, but I was drinking alcohol. It was not much, but I was under the influence at least. If you're in the same situation, just leave this girl, man. She's causing problems the whole night, and you're there trying to, I mean, handle it? No. So that's what I'm gonna leave you with. So actually, you maybe didn't get that much value, because the actual advice is very simple. Just don't be in those kinds of situations, because you know what could happen. Just don't be there. And it's like going on the train station in London. Of course not. And learn how to fight, because you could need it when you don't expect it. And I didn't know how to fight at all. At least now I know how to throw a proper punch. I went to a boxing gym for a few months. Actually, it was not that long. I mean, 1 to 2 months. But it's much better than knowing nothing. And I actually want to go again after I somehow get my business running a little bit more smoother, because right now I'm pretty much in the weeds every single day trying to solve problems. So yeah, that's it for the video. Now, if you want to connect with me on a more personal level, my Instagram is going to be in the description below this video. You can check it out if you want to. I post pretty much daily there, so you can ask me a question in my DMs. I'm gonna answer it if I have the time and if I actually can help. If you want to see similar content like this, you can like the video. If you have questions or requests for future videos, just leave them in the comment section below. And if you want to see me more often on your feed, just hit that subscribe button below this video. So thank you so much for actually watching this video in full and giving me your time. I'm very grateful for that, and I'm gonna see you next time when I upload next Tuesday. Bye bye.